Hey guys, thanks for tuning into yet another Blopscast. This is your most beloved pair of Tubesox here, along with my cohort.
Your freshest pair of Hightopz here, and today we're going to bring you a little something different. It will be a Tubesox guide to the better Call of Duty player with shotgun tips. But because I, Hightopz, do not like to use a shotgun, nor do I know how to use it, it's kind of going to be a little Q&A where we're going to reap the benefits of
I am the Jedi Master, and he is my young Padawan learner.
And we are all Padawans here. So let's start it off. First of all, since we're talking about shotguns, what is your best shotgun choice? What do you feel is the best shotgun? And yeah, why?
Well, obviously you guys can see the gameplay. I am using the Striker, and like many of my other fellow comrade commentators, the Striker, and even every Call of Duty player, the Striker is the best shotgun in Call of Duty.
Does seem to be a prominent choice for like many people.
Yes, it is a good shotgun. There are also many other ones that aren't too bad. The Spaz is quite good. I've seen one guy just go ham with that before. The models are actually pretty good. I've gotten worked with that quite a bit. Just work around with them, see whether you like the semi-auto or the cock action or whatever. It's basically personal preference, but if you want to try one out for the first time, I would definitely recommend the Striker.
With the Striker, you like to use that one the most, obviously. Is it because of the rapid fire rate that you enjoy? You don't have to cock it, you don't have to worry about that, you can just boom, 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 boom.
Well, the reason I like the Striker is, because when you, usually with a shotgun, the way you want to work is you want to be in those one-on-one close encounter battles, but when you do, every now and then encounter a room full of, anti-homies, you want to be able to have that power to just go boom, 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 and knock them all out, in a short period of time instead of boom, boom, boom. I mean, although that is possible, it's a lot easier with the Striker, especially for a person who's not as well versed in the shotgun.
So you like to take over the automatic over maybe the slightly higher power and damage rating.
Exactly, but then you also want to, get the full performance out of the shotgun that you are using. So you want to use it for a while so you can unlock those good proficiencies and attachments. So the Striker, if you guys haven't seen Woody's Gamertag or X-Jaws or any of them talk about it, you want to use either damage or range, and then you want extended bags on there that'll make it just a mean, lean killing machine. It'll kill them in one burst, and then maybe two from like 30 feet and out, but it is crazy. It's crazy good. You'll see in this video too.
Alright, we'll come back to that a little bit more on perks and attachments and all that. Basically, so when you're using the shotguns, you can't just kind of snipe people from far away. So you got to have some techniques about movement, about the map, and placement of yourself on the map and everything. So what are your tips on that?
Exactly. Well, you want to be like a rabid mongoose ninja that was raised by wolves. If you can't understand what I mean by that, basically you want to flank the enemy as much as you possibly can. People with those fully automatic rifles, they're going to have a higher advantage unless they're really close to you. So what you want to do is you want to be knowledgeable of the spawns. You want to be knowledgeable of the game type you're playing. If it's domination, you want to go to their flag. From behind, obviously. You want to sprint, but not sprint around corners, so it's going to take a while for you to pull the shotgun up. What I like to do is I walk a lot with the shotgun. I won't sprint very often. That way I can be, first. Boom, get that first shot off, and if it does take more than one burst, they're already flinching from that first hit, and they're going to have a really horrible accuracy rating from that point on, so I can finish them off a lot easier.
And walking kind of opens up another perk, because then you probably don't have to use Steady Aim Pro, so you need that quicker updraw from sprinting and whatnot, and you can kind of be well versed.
Exactly, and that goes along with our perk choice, which is the next question you're probably going to ask.
That is true.
Based on this piece of paper I have in front of me. But
so with the shotguns, obviously you have to have a strategic perk choice and proficiencies and whatnot. And could you go over those? What you like to use?
In this gameplay, we were on what were we playing? Drop Zone.
Drop Zone, yeah.
So with Drop Zone, there are a lot of helicopters around. I was toying with the idea of using Blind Eye, and that is wise if you're in a game type where there are a lot of kill streaks being called in. But my preferred choice is go with sleight of hand, because you want that fast reloading, especially when you have extended mags. You have 20 rounds to reload.
And with the Striker,
it takes a long time. You want to be really fast with that. And also it'll make switching weapons fast. So if you get caught with your pants down, you can switch to your you can switch to your secondaries and sometimes turn on a kid before he has a chance to even kill you. For my secondary, since you are hip throwing all the time, quick draw isn't a huge thing unless you really, really love the fast equipment throwing. So what I use for my secondaries, I do use Assassin, although it's kind of newbie, I will admit. But if for flanking, I do think that it's really wise to use that. That way,
Well-
they won't turn around, once they see that red dot on the door.
Right, and with shotguns, you have to get up close and personal with them, kind of catch them off guard is the best way. So if you're not appearing on the radar, it's obviously a lot easier to do that.
And exactly, when you have Assassin Pro, you also have the no red crosshair. So they'll a lot of times mistake you for their own team when you're back in their spawn. So it really just makes it easier. I mean, once you get more skilled, you can take that off if you want. But for me, I'm not really a shotgun pro per se, but I like Assassin.
MOAB is pretty pro, though.
Whatever.
Finally, what's your third perk quick?
Third perk, steady aim.
Steady
all the
aim?
time.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun.
Obviously,
you
with the
want
hip
it.
firing, you need it. All right, finally, just like we were talking about with movement, kind of, you have to obviously play smart. You can't just be running out in the middle and kind of things like that. So what are your tips to be a smart player?
Exactly. I mean, you could totally go back to my older tips and we'll look at those. But you want to avoid open areas at all possible, all the time. You never really want to be in a wide open area because you'll get your ass handed to you no matter what, no matter how good you are.
Kind of keep your back to a wall.
Not your back per se. You don't want to camp it out, but you just want to stay in those enclosed areas. You'll notice with this gameplay, I'm always indoors or like towards the little corridors or the I don't know what you call underpasses, whatever.
You did get a little risky going in the middle there a couple times.
Sometimes you got to take a chance for that big sexy
Right.
play, but
for the most
mostly,
part.
Stay in those enclosed areas. Kind of don't sprint so much, so you can always have the upper hand in that first reaction, and you guys should be getting some good gameplays with those shotguns.
I hope so too. Thank you very much, Tubesox, and everybody go out there, try shotgun if you haven't yet, and see where it gets you. Maybe you'll get a MOAB too. But this has been another episode of the Blopscast. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep, I hope this was helpful, guys. You've been your favorite pair of Tubesox here.
And your freshest pair of Hightopz. Peace later.
Peace later.